One of the things that I learned is that no one knew yet what yellow fever was, no one knew how to treat it, and nothing anybody did helped. A certain number of people die from yellow fever and a certain number of people survive. So I do think that many writers on yellow fever over the years have felt they need to choose sides, but nobody knew how to treat yellow fever. No one knew what caused it, no one knew how to stop it. So that said, these doctors were unbelievably contentious with each other. Long before the yellow fever epidemic started, they fought about everything. So they wanted to fight about this too. Many doctors left town, and the doctors who were left were stuck trying to treat many more patients than they could treat. Rush tried milder treatments that everybody tried and watched too many of his patients die. Out of sheer desperation, he started elevating the amount of everything he was doing, which doctors do. Bloodletting, purging, all these things, these are the standard treatments of the day. And he did them more and more in the hope that more and more people would be saved. One of the things that's important to do in history is to actually be in the time when it's happening and not get caught up from our 21st century view, have this idea that somebody was right and somebody was wrong. It was an epidemic that all they did was for 3 months, they buried a lot of people. They tried to take care of a lot of people. The people who survived, not because of any treatment they were given by the French doctors or by Rush. It changed the world in a lot of ways. It is the beginning of the end for Philadelphia as the primary city of the country because other cities gamed the city. They're like, hey, maybe we can be the biggest port in the country because Philadelphia has yellow fever. During all those years, there were yellow fever epidemics almost every year. Different cities got them worse. All the coverage of this was politicized. And it was politicized because it was the beginning of the federal, versus the Republican Party. It's the beginning of political contentiousness as we know it. So you have to remember that a lot of what we know about this comes through the prism of politics. The French treatment was considered the Federalist treatment because Alexander Hamilton said he was cured by it. Even though Thomas Jefferson said he probably didn't have it in the first place, he just said he was cured by it because he wanted to be against Rush because Rush was Republican. We look at our political contentiousness today, we should look even at yellow fever in terms of the political fighting. People were fighting about whether the Democratic or the Republican treatment was better. And that's what they were screaming about because everybody was dying. The book is Rush, Revolution, Madness, and the Visionary Doctor Who Became a Founding Father. I'm Stephen Freed. Thanks for watching.